अस्सलाम वालेकुम भाइयों उनकी बहनों, आज बेटो ट्विंस फिर से हाजिर है एक और नई वीडियो के साथ। आज हम लोग खेलने वाले हैं, नाम भूल गया मैं गेम का, स्टैनली पैरेबल। और ये नई गेम है, बहुत फ़नी गेम है, मैंने बहुत सुना है इस गेम के बारे में। तो विदाउट एनी फर्दर वीडियो शुरू करते हैं। तो ये आई थिंक अल्टीमेट ड्यूलेक्स ऐसे कुछ करके है, अल्ट्रा ड्यूलेक्स नया आया है, तो हम लोग आज ये ट्राई करेंगे। और टाइम क्या हुआ है, प्लीज़ इंटर द करंट टाइम। 4:24। तो मैंने सुना है बहुत फ़नी गेम है, इसलिए आज हम लोग ट्राई करेंगे। और आजकल चल भी रही है, काफ़ी ट्रेंडिंग है। और इसकी लाइक 40 से ज़्यादा एंडिंग्स हैं इसकी। ओके, मुझे थोड़ी आवाज़ कम करनी है। ओह नहीं, 50 पे ही है। ओके, ऑडियो वीडियो फुल है, कंट्रोल्स। ओके, बिगिन द गेम, लेट्स गो। लोडिंग टाइम, क्लिक टू स्किप। ओह, मैंने स्किप क्यों कर दिया? बिगिन द गेम अगेन।
कौन है ये लोग? कहाँ से आते हैं?
I don't want to skip.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yeah, okay. तो ये कहानी है स्टैनली के बारे में।
Company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
427. Okay.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
कैसे कीबोर्ड के बटन दबा रहा है?
Telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them,
Okay.
and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was
Okay. तो एक कंपनी में हम लोग काम करते हैं।
day, something very peculiar happened.
Okay, okay.
Something
कुछ
that
हो रहा है,
would
कुछ हो रहा है।
forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Okay.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he
Buttons
realized
दबा
that
रहा था।
not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Okay.
No one had showed up to give him instructions,
Okay.
call a meeting, or even say hi.
सारा ऑफिस खाली
Never
है।
in all
वाह।
his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. तो अभी तक तो हमें ये पता लगा है कि हम लोग एक कंपनी में काम करते हैं। हमारा जो एम्प्लॉय नंबर है 427 है, और हमें बस कुछ ऑर्डर्स देते हैं बटन दबाने के कीबोर्ड पे, और जस्ट जैसे कि KM और पता नहीं क्या ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला, वो बटन दबाओ, यही हमारा काम है। तो पता नहीं कौन सी कंपनी है जो ऐसे घटिया काम करा रही है हमसे, सिर्फ एक बटन दबाने पूरे दिन में, और लाइक डिफरेंट बटन दबाने पूरे दिन में, और लाइक क्या बेकार कंपनी है, पता नहीं कौन सी, हम लोग कहाँ एम्प्लॉय लग गए हैं। लेकिन मैं खुश हूँ अपेरेंटली, तो फिर ये बात से मैं अभी भी खुश हूँ।
All of his co-workers were gone.
देख रहा है वो तो
What
मुझे।
did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
मीटिंग रूम, मैप लगा सकते हैं इसमें? मैप नहीं है। ओके, सो मुझे बस वैसे एक्सप्लोर करना है। मीटिंग रूम, ये नहीं, मीटिंग रूम। तो ये मेरे सारे, कितने सारे एम्प्लॉयज़ है वैसे? 400 मेरा कुछ नंबर था, मैं भूल भी गया इतनी जल्दी मेरा नंबर। 4 something 427 I think 427.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Okay.
he entered the door on his left.
अब मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा कौन से दरवाजे में जाऊँ, लेफ्ट वाले में ही जाऊँ या राइट में जाऊँ, क्योंकि गेम ने कहा एंटर द लेफ्ट, बट मैं राइट पे जाऊँगा। तो गेम के खिलाफ, गेम के खिलाफ जाना है।
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
तो मैं गलत जगह चले गया। ये है एम्प्लॉय लॉन्च। वापस पीछे मैं नहीं जा सकता।
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
क्यों? मुझे क्यों बता रहा है कि मैं लेफ्ट जाऊँ? क्यों नहीं जाना मुझे लेफ्ट, मैं सीधा जाऊँगा। A4 आई थिंक मुझे लेफ्ट जाना चाहिए, नहीं।
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yes, I am bad at following the directions. तो मुझे नहीं जाना है लेफ्ट, लाइक मैं क्यों जाऊँ? मैं कहाँ आ गया मुझे ये भी नहीं पता। मैं जंप मार सकता हूँ।
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you
All the
this
time. Okay.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every
मैं जंप भी नहीं
decision
मार
by
सकता,
yourself.
शिफ्ट से कुछ भी नहीं हो
I'm not
रहा.
asking
ओके.
for me,
स्पेस से भी कुछ नहीं हो रहा. ओह है, लड़की भी है गेम में. इसका मतलब अब तो मुझे लौट जाना
this
पड़ेगा.
is it,
आप इतने बेगैरत हो, इतने बेगैरत हो।
Stanley.
Your chance to redeem yourself. Okay.
To put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been
क्रीपी
waiting.
है ये तो. काला कमरा, अंदर कुछ नहीं दिख रहा. कुछ.
That's her,
Okay.
Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If
कौन
you
है ये
can
लड़की?
truly place your faith in another.
अगर प्यारी होगी तभी मुझसे बात कराओ, वरना मैं बात नहीं करता गंदी दिखने वाली औरतों से. कैसे उठाऊं कॉल? ओके, क्लिक से था. मैं फिर से वहीं आ गया.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Yes.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
ओह, आवाज तो प्यारी लग रही है.
Okay, there we go. All right, now I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
ओह, ये चुड़ैल कौन है? Gotcha.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Yes.
Who want
No.
to commit their life to you?
No.
I'm trying
Yes.
to make a point here, Stanley.
चुप
I'm
कर.
trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on.
ओके, आ रहा हूँ. एक मिनट पहले मुझे यहाँ जाने दो.
here.
यार, नहीं, नहीं, पहले मुझे वहाँ जाना था. ओके, आ गया मैं. ये तो लड़का दिख भी नहीं रहा, लड़की दिख रहा है. ओह, गंदी चीज है. ओके, नेवर माइंड. सोफे पे तो बैठने दो मुझे. गुड मॉर्निंग एम्प्लॉय 427. प्रेस Y on the keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him.
ओके,
Every
वो
button
तो मुझे
he
पता लग रहा है.
pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
ओके, प्रेस F.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch.
मैं कुछ भी नहीं खा रहा.
He's going home.
नहीं जा रहा घर. घर
He's
पे ही हूँ
coming
मैं.
back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
ओके, प्रेस X.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands.
इसको कोई चुप कराओ, इसका गला वैसी खराब है, इतनी गंदी आवाज में बात कर रहा है. इसको कोई एमिड्रामिन पिलाओ, इसको कोई गले की दवाई पिलाओ भाई. इसको कफ सिरप पिलाओ कोई. प्रेस T to watch TV. ओके, टीवी तो देखना मुझे. टीवी किधर है?
ये
मेरा बेड है? इतना गंदा? चलो बेड तो है कम से कम. मुझे सोना है, मुझे बाथरूम आ रही है, मुझे टट्टी करनी है, मुझे बाथरूम जाने दो, मुझे सोना है, मुझे काउच पे बैठना है. इसको चुप कराओ कोई गधे को.
Stop it. Get some help.
Spend the time with the boys. Yes,
So,
of course,
he
the
went
boys.
further.
The
He
boys.
imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last,
Choice. जो
It
तू बोलेगा
barely even
उसके
mattered
ऑपोजिट ही
what lay
जाऊंगा मैं.
behind each door.
चाहे कुछ भी हो.
Mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
A few moments later.
Over,
यार
you should
चुप
be
कर
on
यार,
hope
कितनी
that it would
बकवास
never
करता है.
end,
तेरे को इस तरह
that he
गर्लफ्रेंड भी
might
नहीं मिलने
always
वाली. इतनी
feel
बकवास
this
करता है यार.
free.
कुछ इंसानों वाली
Surely
बात
there's
कर,
an
कोई
answer
काम की
down
बात
some
कर,
new
कहीं
path.
बता कहीं पे कोई
Maybe,
शादी हो रही है तो
perhaps he
बिरयानी
paid
खाने
just
जाए यार.
one
कुछ इस
more
तरह
time.
बोल यार. क्या बकवास की जा रहा है, मुझे समझ भी नहीं आ रही बोल क्या
But
रहा
there
है.
is no.
Easy to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him
फाइनली
this,
सो रहा
that
हूँ
in
मैं.
this world he
फाइनली
can never be
सोने
anything
देना
but an
मुझे.
observer.
दिमाग
But
में
as
घुस
long
गया
as he
मेरे.
remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop.
Of course.
Here, watch this.
तेरी बात सुनता
Stand.
कौन है?
The
ऐसे
next
गंदा
time
दोस्त हो तो
screen
फिर मैं
asks
तो
you to
दुनिया छोड़
push
के
a
चले
button,
जाऊँ.
अरे तू जा रही.
Do not do it.
Do not do it. I will do it because you said do not do it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
Yes.
How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
G question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules.
लेकिन मैं वापस आ गया इस रूम
my
में.
intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Oh.
And I tried again.
Please die.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button.
Which button? What happened? मैंने skip कर दिया क्या गलती से? It's loading. Okay. Never mind. मैंने skip कर दिया गलती से.
All of his co-workers were gone.
यार ये तो मैं अभी कर
What did it
चुका था.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
अब मैं लेफ्ट ही जाऊंगा because कुछ तो होगा लेफ्ट पे.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. अब इसकी थोड़ी बात सुन लेते. शायद मैं मर गया इसलिए शायद वापस सारा करना पड़ रहा है.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievable, amazing work all the time, every day.
Hoping he might find an answer there.
Never mind. नहीं चाहिए tips. इस बंदे को कोई tips दो.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, नीचे जाएगा.
Finished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Yes, I
All
am
of my
crazy.
co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
मैं सेम
None of it
दरवाजे
made
से
any
वापस घुसे
logical
जा रहा हूँ.
sense.
What the
And as
hell?
Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For
क्या loop
example,
है?
why couldn't he see his
क्या loop
feet
है ये?
when he looked down? Why did doors
Same
close
loop.
automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that
How?
matter, these rooms
क्या
were
करूँ
starting
मैं?
to
ये
look
same
pretty
loop क्यों
familiar.
चले जा रहा है?
Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
What the
At
hell?
last, he came to the conclusion.
What
that
the
it had been
hell?
on the tip of
Same
his tongue.
machine, same
He just
exit,
hadn't
same
found the
दरवाजा,
words for it.
same clock.
I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all
लेकिन
a
अब एक कमरा
dream.
गायब हो गया. वो नहीं आ रहा.
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job.
अब
He
ये आ
wasn't
गया.
crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this.
I'm done.
while
I'm
still
done.
lucid.
मुझे यहाँ से निकालो.
So,
मुझे चक्कर आ रहा
he
है.
imagined himself flying
सेम दरवाजों
and
से
began
कितनी
to
बार गुजरूं
gently
मैं?
float above the ground.
क्या है ये? क्या है ये?
He imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun.
Dark क्यों हो
And
गया?
Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the
okay.
voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. That this was a dream.
काफी मेरे को काफी चाहिए. इतना तो चक्कर आ रहा है मेरे को. ये क्या हो रहा है? Okay.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin.
तो मुझे लग रहा है ये सपना है. लेकिन ये सपना है. लेकिन ये शायद नहीं है. कुछ पता नहीं है.
Let me wake up.
He thought to himself.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
हाँ, इसमें सिंपल जॉब. मुझे वही करने दो ना. बटन इतने में प्यार से दबा रहा था उल्टे पुल्टे. जबकि मेरी जॉब बहुत बोरिंग है और बेकार है और पता नहीं कौन सी कंपनी में मैं काम कर रहा हूँ। यो मेरे पास वाइफ भी है, बच्चे भी हैं। ओह माय गॉड, इतने बोरिंग इंसान के बच्चे भी हो सकते हैं, मुझे तो पता ही नहीं था। Why I am here? Why?
Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
क्या डरपोक है Stanley?
And everything went black.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
अब मैं मैरिएला बन गया, पहले मैं स्टैनली था।
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And
तो मैं बेहोश हो गया।
she turned to go call for an ambulance. For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
ये तो बेइज्जती कर रहा है यार।
It was comforting to think this.
चुप कर जा।
In a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
मेरे दिमाग चुप कर जा।
Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
और फिर चलेगी वो।
She turned around.
ये सही है। तो फिर से लोडिंग, मैं फिर से वहीं पहुंच गया। तो आई थिंक इस गेम के डिफरेंट एंडिंग्स हैं और उसमें से एक मैंने अभी खेली और उससे पहले जो मैं खेल रहा था वो मैंने गलती से स्किप कर दी, तो मुझे पता नहीं एंडिंग हुई क्या थी। बट मैं वापस जा रहा हूँ उसी जगह, और जो मैंने लास्ट टाइम किया था वो मैं नहीं करूँगा क्योंकि मुझे सेम एंडिंग नहीं चाहिए। लेकिन फ़नी गेम है, जिस तरह वो लड़की भाग गई। हाँ ठीक है, पता है मुझे।
Stanley decided to go up to his
अब मैं
boss's
अपस्टेयर्स
office.
जाऊंगा क्योंकि मैं पहले
Quickly coming
डाउनस्टेयर्स
to the
गया था
staircase,
बेसमेंट में।
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
ओके बॉस, बॉस एग्जीक्यूटिव बाथरूम जाना है मुझे, सुसु आई है।
कितने तेजस्वी लोग हैं हमारे पास, कितने शानदार विचार रखते हैं जी।
बॉस के ऑफिस आ गया
Standing into
मैं।
his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover
मैनेजर नहीं है इधर।
Shocked, unraveled,
Manager!
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
28 जब मुझे पता है, मेरा दिमाग मुझे बता रहा है, तो फिर ये क्यों बोल रहे हैं कि मुझे नहीं पता होगा? हाउ क्या शेयर लग, तुमने खुद ही अभी मुझे कोड बताया 2845 ऐसा कुछ था। तो पैसेज वे खुल गया। ओके सीक्रेट पैसेज वे। मेरे बॉस गंदी हरकतें कर रहा है अंदर, किसके साथ मुझे नहीं पता, कहीं मेरी बीवी तो नहीं, मुझे जाना होगा।
कैसी अपमानजनक बातें कर रहा है लड़का, ये अश्लील है ये लोड़ा।
ओके डाउनस्टेयर्स जाते हैं, डाउनस्टेयर्स जा रहे हैं ना। ओके 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 फिर से लोडिंग। डोंट टेल मी मैं वहीं पे घूम के आ जाऊंगा वापस जहाँ से मैं स्टार्ट किया। ओके
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Because मैं पागल हूँ।
This question would not go unanswered for long.
तार है यहाँ पे। ओह बड़े काम किए। ये मैं उठा के घर ले जाऊंगा, फिर इससे इलेक्ट्रिक वाले काम करूंगा। चलो
सही खेल गया मैं।
Stanley walked straight ahead
Mind
for the
control
large door
facility
that read Mind
and
Control
escape.
Facility.
ये थोड़ा क्यूरियस लग रहा है ये थोड़ा। तो यहाँ पे भी डिफरेंट एंडिंग्स हो जाएंगी फिर एस्केप जाऊँगा तो, और माइंड कंट्रोल फैसिलिटी। चलो एस्केप जाके देखते हैं।
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
मैं मर जाऊँगा? No! क्यों? कैसे?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to
वापस
turn
जा रहा हूँ
around
मैं।
and get
Get back on the track. अब बंद ना कर देना प्लीज, प्लीज बंद नहीं कर देना। नहीं।
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
But I want to die.
What the f?
Okay.
Nope, still on board with death.
Yeah, that's how we roll. लेकिन शायद मैं मरूं नहीं, शायद। मैं अपने दिमाग की बात क्यों सुन रहा हूँ मुझे खुद भी नहीं पता। मेरा दिमाग है भी या नहीं ये भी मुझे नहीं पता, बस कुछ बोल रहा है, बकवास कर रहा है। तो शायद मैं मरूं नहीं, most probably।
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward.
मारना नहीं
and
मुझे।
willingly confront his death.
क्या मुझे मरने का शौक है, लेकिन किधर है मेरी मौत? नीचे जाऊं? ओके, तो मैं मर गया। So I'm still, मैं गिर रहा हूँ। ओह डिफरेंट एंडिंग। तो मैं नहीं मर रहा हूँ,
As the machine whirred
but
into motion, and
झूठ बोल रहा
Stanley
था वो।
was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that
Demise?
his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story. Trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world
मैं
is.
क्या करूँ? मर
Perhaps
जाऊँगा
his
इस
death
तरह
was
तो
of
मैं।
no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
नहीं
Farewell, Stanley.
नहीं, मुझे निकलना है, नहीं। मैं बच गया।
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator,
yes!
as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant,
मैं बच गया।
Stanley was obliterated as the machine
मैं बच गया।
crushed every bone in his body, killing
no.
him instantly.
नहीं, मैं बच गया somehow। भागो, ये क्या है इधर? भागो, Stanley Parable।
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
तो मैं वहाँ से तो निकल गया और
Every
मैं
path
वाइट
you
ऑफिस
can
आ
walk
गया हूँ।
has been created for you long in advance. Death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now?
The two
Do you
doors।
see that Stanley was already dead
This
from
is
the moment
where
he hit start?
I was। अच्छा, ऐसा मैं पहले ही मरा हुआ हूँ, इसलिए मैं भूत हूँ ना, मैं तो भूत हूँ।
गजब बेइज्जती है।
किधर जाऊँ? राइट लेफ्ट? द क्रेडिट, क्रेडिट्स, गेम पहले ही एंड हो गया। सो आई थिंक ये एक डिफरेंट एंडिंग है कि मैं मर गया हूँ लेकिन मैं नहीं मरा हूँ। व्हाट द हेल?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Okay.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But
तो
listen
मैं
to
वापस
me.
वहीं पहुंच
You
गया
can
हूँ।
still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
How?
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. So as
No.
you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
मुझे मरना है।
Choose it. Don't let time
I want
choose
to die.
for you. Don't let
Yes. आए, गंदी आवाज़ आ रही है। ओके, तो ये डिफरेंट एंडिंग है। या तो मैं क्विट कर देता या फिर मैं मर जाता, लेकिन सिंपली दोनों में गेम वापस स्टार्ट ही होगी। तो दोनों
Already
बिल्कुल
this
भी
was
डिफरेंट नहीं है।
uncomfortable. And Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
अब ये डिफरेंट स्पीच बोल रहा है, पहले कुछ और बोल रहा था.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley
मैंने गलत कोड मार दिया.
To nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Yes!
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
नहीं, नहीं, narrator, नहीं. मैंने कोड जल्दी मार दिया तो वो बोल रहा है कि तुम्हारे पास सब्र ही नहीं था, इसने गाना लगा दिया. मनुष्य ने मुझे और वेट करा रहा है. नहीं, नरेटर, नरेटर तू पिटेगा मेरे हाथों. यार जिसने गेम बनाई है काफ़ी अच्छी बनाई है, काफ़ी फनी है. वापस वहीं जाना है मुझे, और इस बार मैं जो हूँ जाऊँगा माइंड कंट्रोलिंग एरिया. आई थिंक माइंड कंट्रोलरिंग एरिया, आई थिंक उधर जाना है. Oh, Tar, I meet you again. Tar, you are my best friend.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that
उधर मेरी मौत है.
Mind
माइंड कंट्रोल फैसिलिटी. और मैं माइंड कंट्रोल फैसिलिटी आ गया हूँ. यहाँ से मेरा दिमाग कंट्रोल हो रहा है, इसलिए मैं एक ही काम किया जा रहा था. आई थिंक अब मुझे पता नहीं है यहाँ पे क्या होगा. चक्कर आ रहा है.
Horrible secret did this place hold?
Stanley thought to himself.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes, I have strength to find out. I have very much strength, you know, very powerful. Yeah. Yeah. I am very powerful.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Oh.
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced
to images on the screen and Stanley one of them. तो मेरी भी यहीं कहीं पिक्चर है. मेरा नंबर था 247 247 247 247 247 247 247 I think 247. किधर है 247? 247 वाला. Okay, I can see. ओह ये तो लॉकर्स देख रहे सिर्फ. ओके अब क्या होगा? It was too horrible to believe. I couldn't be true. Okay.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yes. यार ना इतनी बोरिंग जॉब कोई भी नहीं करता. कोई भी नहीं, जिसमें सिर्फ बटन दबाने हो और अपने कंप्यूटर के सामने 24 घंटे बैठे रहना हो और बस बटन दबाने हो. बेकार जॉब.
He refused to believe it.
क्या पागल है तू? स्टैनली के बच्चे.
In someone else's control? Never.
Yes.
It was unthinkable. Wasn't
How?
it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes. किधर जाना है?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
The heart of
Controls
the
labeled
operation.
with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Facility.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
Facility
Stanley
power.
decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
तो ये मशीन हम तबाह कर देंगे.
Would dismantle the controls
Yes.
once and for all.
अब तो थोड़ा दिमाग आया इस गधे के पास, वरना तो कब से पागलों वाली बातें कर रहा है. मैं ऊपर जा सकता हूँ? नहीं, क्यों नहीं? खोलो इसको. जाना किधर है? उधर ही जाना है. फैसिलिटी पावर. फैसिलिटी पावर. पावर ही तबाह कर देंगे तो फिर फैसिलिटी बचेगी ही नहीं. ज़्यादा बेहतर है. माइंड कंट्रोल्स आइडल अवेटिंग इनपुट. Yeah, graphics भी अच्छे हैं इस
And
गेम
when
के.
at last he found the source of the room's power,
On off
he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this
into a horrible
horrible
place
and to
everything
everything it stood for.
अब मेरे पास दो ऑप्शन है, या फिर मैं ऑफ करूँ या फिर मैं ऑन करूँ, और मेरा दिल कर रहा है कि मैं ऑन करूँ। मैं ऑन करूँगा, नेवर माइंड।
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls.
Did you? Yes,
After they
I
kept
did.
you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for
Yes.
yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yes. Control everything. Control everyone's
Stanley,
mind.
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go.
Turn the controls off and leave. No?
If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have really the
Narrator,
power you think
मुझे
you do,
तुम्हें
for
तंग करने में बड़ा मजा
example,
आता
and I
है,
believe you'll find this
क्योंकि तुम
personal.
मेरी बेइज्जती करते हो।
Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then?
नहीं, मुझे फटना नहीं है।
Now, this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine.
Nope.
You are the star.
Nope.
It's your
Nope.
story now.
What can I do?
Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
Bago.
But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you.
नहीं भागो, टाइम हर जगह बना हुआ है, मैं कहीं जा सकता हूँ।
Where to start?
मैं कहाँ जा सकता हूँ, मुझे जाना है। ओह,
You'd like to know where your co-workers are.
मेरे पास सिर्फ 2 मिनट है, मेरे पास सिर्फ 2 मिनट है, मेरे पास सिर्फ 2 मिनट है। ओह
You're gonna die anyway.
नहीं, साले पेंडू।
I raised them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
मैंने दबाया, क्या करना क्या
I
है?
let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside.
करना क्या है?
Or I let it burn to a crisp.
4 दबाया मैंने, अब कहाँ जाऊँ?
This version of
मैं
events has
मरूंगा।
been rather amusing.
मैं
Watching you
मरूंगा।
try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from
मैं
you.
मर गया,
It's quite
मैं मर गया।
I just hate to see it go. But I'm
One,
sure whatever I come up with
two,
on the next go around will be even
3
better.
किधर है?
My goodness, only 34 seconds left.
यार चुप
But
कर।
I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning?
करना क्या है इनमें?
I mean, look at you.
I don't know.
Running from button to button,
Orange.
screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
यार
Buttons, no, these colored
Colored
ones.
buttons.
Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me.
I think
Why
so.
would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
नहीं छोड़ेगा मैं।
Stanley, you're in for
वापस
quite a
भागो।
disappointment. But
मुझे
here's a
मरना
spoiler for
नहीं
you.
है, मुझे
That
फटना
timer
नहीं
isn't
है।
a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
करना क्या है? करना क्या
This
है?
is not a
Blue button.
challenge. It's a tragedy.
3
You wanted to control this world.
3 किधर है?
that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first.
नहीं बचाओ मुझे।
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's
नहीं
30
देखना
seconds
मुझे।
you have left to struggle.
मर गए,
30
मर गए,
seconds
मर
until a
गए।
big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being
3
blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life?
I think इसमें कोई तरीका है जिससे हम इससे बच सकते हैं, लेकिन I don't know किस तरह बचना है।
Or don't.
Goodbye
It's all the
employee
same.
427।
All
नहीं,
joke. And
मर
believe me,
गए।
I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable
भागो,
life.
जगह फट जाएगी।
Until the moment I say,
भागो भागो भागो
happily
भागो
ever
भागो भागो। मैं गया। कोई तरीका होगा जिसमें हम लोग somehow escape कर सकते हैं, मुझे पता नहीं किस तरह।
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again
इस बार I think
exert
off
its
करना चाहिए
terrible
हमें।
power over another human life. For he
ऑफ कर दिया मैंने, तो अब क्या होगा? Don't tell me कि मैं बस इतना ही था ये एंडिंग। इतनी दूर मैं ऑफ करने आया। आई नीड अ डिफरेंट एंडिंग, कोई हैप्पी एंडिंग नहीं है इस गेम में।
Blackness.
ब्लैकनेस,
And a rising chill of
हैप्पी एंडिंग बोला मैंने, ब्लैकनेस के बच्चे।
Was it over?
Nope. I don't think so. Yes, maybe. Maybe not.
Yes. He had won. He
Yeah.
had defeated the machine.
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Okay.
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
तो गेम इधर ही एंड होती है शायद।
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
सूरज हुआ
For it
मध्यम,
was not
चांद
knowledge
जलने
or
लगा।
even power that he had been seeking, but
ऐसा
happiness.
मस्त नजारा।
Perhaps his goal had not been to
Stairs.
understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do,
What to do,
or
how to feel.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
So मैंने मशीन ऑफ कर दी जो हमारा माइंड कंट्रोल कर रही थी सबका, एंड नाउ आई एम फ्री। ओके, सो इतनी गेम थी आई थिंक।
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon
Yeah,
his
I am feeling the
of
breeze.
liberation,
Yes.
the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley
Was happy. Finally, happy ending. Stanley was happy. मेरी तरह मैं बहुत खुश हूँ। Stanley के लिए मैं बहुत खुश हूँ, जो जिससे मेरा कोई दूर दूर तक ताल्लुक नहीं है, लेकिन चलो आज़ाद हो गया तो मैं खुश हूँ। ओके ओके, सो हमने आई थिंक 3-4 एंडिंग देख ली हैं अभी तक, तो आई थिंक आज के लिए इतना ही काफ़ी था। तो हम ये कंटिन्यू करेंगे नेक्स्ट एपिसोड में, हम लोग देखेंगे और भी एंडिंग्स। होप यू लाइक द वीडियो, और अगर आप लोगों को वीडियो पसंद आए तो लाइक करें, शेयर करें, सब्सक्राइब करें। मैं मिलता हूँ आपको अगली वीडियो में, जब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज़।